Alrighty, welcome back. We are back. Three little summer break, as the kids call it. Just a lot happened. A lot of little inconveniences. Couldn't really do it. Not inconveniences, just a lot of
Yeah.
scheduling issues for the past couple weeks. But we're back.
Football's back.
Football is back.
Hall of Fame game last night.
Yeah.
Just got to see Luke Kuechly and Larry Fitz, amongst others.
I like how nobody, and maybe it's the Charlotte algorithm. I didn't even know Larry Fitz was inducted. All it was people posting Greg Olsen and the NFL posting Greg Olsen and Luke and Thomas Davis, which is, it's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah, it was cool to see all the old heads back. I don't know, especially living here. It definitely was a crazy time. We know when that team was rocking and rolling. Luke Kuechly's if not the best, second best linebacker ever.
yeah. What, Ray Lewis second?
Yeah,
Or first?
Ray Lewis is the big one. People say Bobby Wagner, but I don't think Bobby Wagner's that close to Luke Kuechly.
No. I mean, if you're gonna
And
go ahead.
most people thought it was going to be a shit show. Kenny Pickett versus Carson Beck. Not the best names to draw, but even Haynes King, he balled out a little bit. Game-winning drive for the Panthers. I thought it was going to be a low-scoring affair, but they're just throwing bombs.
Yeah, I feel like preseason, I didn't get to really watch the game. I saw some highlights, but preseason games are so unpredictable because every quarter basically there's a half of the lineup is different, or at least every half they swap them out to see who looks good, who doesn't. So much rotation that it's
AJ Dillon, 28-year-old AJ Dillon was out there for the
Damn,
Panthers.
he really made him play.
And Bam Knight, I don't know how old he is. He's got to be similar. It's funny how it's either people you never heard of or the unks fighting for their job.
Should have made Jonathan Brooks go out there, dude. You'd rather have him tear his ACL in the first preseason game and let him mend or get it, whatever.
How old is
That's kind of
Bam
mean,
Knight?
actually. No,
He's 25. I guess he's not that old, but old
AJ
for
Dillon?
No, Bam Knight is 25. AJ Dillon is 28.
Mm.
No, as soon as I was like, that guy's super massive. Who is that guy?
He's bigger now, dude. He looks bigger. The pictures of him in training camp, he looks bigger than he did for the Packers. I'm hoping to meet him out in the streets.
You would recognize him probably. He's just huge legs.
He's also built. Yeah, he's built like a super meat boy, dude.
Yeah,
he's a big boy.
Yeah, a friend of ours hit a crazy parlay, 25 to win 1,000 and some change last night. He bet each team 200 receiving yards plus and 100 rushing yards plus, and it wasn't even that close, to be honest. Panthers rushing yards was the last one, and it hit a third of the way through the fourth quarter.
But see, dude,
he was worried about kneel downs, but it didn't matter. Haynes King was running for his life.
I don't know, that seems like such a smart parlay to make. It's almost like a gimme. Any other game, you would be yeah, of course, both teams
throw for 200, rush for 100.
Yeah, even
total.
Though their quarterbacks aren't fully decrepit, complete shitters. Kenny Pickett, vet. Carson Beck has something to prove.
Kenny Pickett played in the Super Bowl when the Eagles shit on the Chiefs.
Oh,
he
nice.
came in and was Super Bowl champ, baby, and he played in the game.
Yeah, you got a ring.
Carson Beck, yeah, he went to the Natty last year.
He's got something to prove, So you're gonna get too physically talented or enough talent, to be starters, at some point in their career.
I think the main thing is
Arizona rushing might have been questionable. I would probably say that would be kind of scary, but the Panthers would definitely just rotating.
Yeah, I think just coming in, you knew no Jeremiah Love for the Cardinals, no Algier, and they're already the worst team, in the league. So I think the idea was it's gonna be a shit show, low scoring, at least one team. But yeah, they were going pretty much band for band after the first two punts.
I mean,
Carson Beck had a nice back shoulder touchdown. He had one bomb. The receiver got lit up after
Yeah, I
kind of
saw that.
hung it a little
He
bit,
literally
but
caught it, looked, and then got smacked in the face, which is, I guess, better than like
he caught it though.
probably tense up a little bit, save yourself, and then he got up and was fine, just like flex. But it was it a Cam Wright or whatever his name is? What's his name?
I don't know.
But he's a little guy too. But I mean, that's really all I got for the.
It was just cool to have
first
football
preseason.
back, fantasy football too. As Anton knows, we got some craziness going on in our league.
Yeah.
I talked to some guys at work, and it's like, even if like, because one of my coworkers, he's like 35, he's had a league going for, 15 years, and like yeah, even in his league, there was like a computer issue with Sleeper that people didn't notice because he does like auction, like basic, you know what auction is?
No. Oh,
Where
wait.
it's like there's no draft and you just bid on players. You have
Mm.
like a pool of money, and like Sleeper didn't allocate the money correctly, so a guy got an extra player. Basically, he had like an extra $20 out of 250. Not a
Damn.
lot.
Still.
And then now then they do like a dynasty. And so now he was just telling me how like now the people are like, let's restart the dynasty because of this error.
No.
And it's
bro.
like
15 years down the drain.
yeah, and
Is
our
that
league is
crazy?
this is the 9th year,
Yeah.
and
That's
people are
wild to
bitching and
think.
crying still. It's like it doesn't even matter how old you are. It's just how men are about fantasy. It's like if people don't get their way, I don't know. I'm the commissioner, so I don't really.
I get taking fantasy seriously. Like, obviously, there's money on the line. You want to win. You want to show off like how smart you are. But then
Yeah.
again, you can also auto draft your entire team and win the league and put up a record scoring amount in the championship, like I did. Like, it's literally like the year I didn't care, I did the best. So it kind of just it's like you can care so much,
Oh yeah,
but then there's always like a mulligan
half the
where
game
it's like,
is luck,
yeah. And so like, okay, are you really willing to die on that hill?
and then people want to. This is not what's happening, but I've seen this. People like to get rid of the luck factor by adding like a second matchup versus like the middle league scoring. So if like you lose to the top guy who points scored that week and you have like second most, you still get like one win. I've seen people do that.
No, but
And
that's
yeah, it's just like
that
you
point-
can math turn fantasy football into like a numbers game, but then it takes a lot of the fun out of
At
it.
that point, just start gambling, dude. You don't have to have friends to gamble. Like, if you can be that calculated and you could do
The
that
best
kind of
team
calculations,
wins every
yeah,
year.
just go on FanDuel or like just like figure out your.
Yeah,
You're gonna hit on all your futures probably and all that, but like that's
Yeah,
not
the
what this is
matchups
about,
are,
like to
like-
me at least.
yeah, the matchups are like it's the fun part. Like underdogs can win. You
Yeah.
know, like all it takes is a couple lucky weeks, you win a championship. You know, the big thing in our league that people are going crazy about is I wanted to put a vote to get rid of trade vetoes because we started the league. Not everyone really cared about football as much. It was kind of for fun. But like you said, or like I said, we're in the 9th year now. I don't know. If you're in the league and you don't really care, you're putting up $85 buy-ins, not nothing.
No, not at all. I mean, is it 12 man, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
first $1,000 pot a
Yeah.
year,
Made rent.
1,000 plus.
You
Yeah,
finally actually fully made your. Probably, I mean, if you live with a roommate, like your rent payment.
so my idea was like getting rid of vetoes because we all really pay attention now, and we're adults, so I shouldn't need somebody to help police the deals. That was my reasoning for putting it to a vote.
Well, see, so when we initially talked about my reasoning, I voted for vetoes because I was like, I like when people lay out the. Maybe it's just because I don't pay enough attention in the league, so like for me, I like knowing what's happening, but I also like hearing other people's takes on like why did you veto that? Because it's like you never know. It could be like some random nonsense, or it could be like a good point. Like
Yeah.
they're going to the cold months, they play outdoors. Like I don't know, like something stupid like that. But the other thing is, I do like having the vetoes because like what you were saying at the beginning, nobody really cared. It was for fun, and like the vetoes keep it kind of fun. Like you said with the matchups, like it's still like he could still because our vetoes last year I think were like pretty legitimate. More legitimate than I used to be because I used to literally veto every single trade no matter what. Like 2-3 years ago, but like I still pay attention. And I'm like, okay, this is valid, not valid.
Yeah, I think a
So it
big
depends on who
problem
it
is
is.
like people just veto based on who is trading. Like if I'm trading with somebody, I know Steve is gonna automatically veto me. Ryan's gonna automatically veto me.
Yeah, and so we like that's the
And
thing.
even if the trade could be like fair as fuck, Steve will be like, Alex knows something that we don't know. That's why he won. I'm like,
Like you're the analytics guy. Come on, man.
and it's like, yeah. So like, or like if Ryan trades,
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I don't
Obviously.
like him, so I'm gonna veto. And
I
that's
mean,
like not. That's like how not to, how it shouldn't be in my opinion. That's why I more so brought up the vote.
it shouldn't be that, but at the same time, at the same time, it makes you care a little bit more about like these little situations because like imagine if we traded and it was like people just it becomes like just like a business borderline. Like I want it to be fun too. I want to win because I want the money and make like good picks, but I also like want like a little bit of the. We have a group chat. We could just get rid of the group chat altogether. At that point,
I mean,
I'm not saying being like that dramatic, but I'm saying we could get rid of the group chat and nobody needs to know anything.
the group chat's just for fun
Yeah,
or
exactly.
like
So
for
it's like,
news.
yeah, it's fun.
We could talking shit.
Yeah.
So what happened was it was like a 6-6 tie, and if I said if we tied, we would just push the vote to next year, talk about it again next year, maybe change the proposal, because I can understand like it is a very extreme change going from having it to not having it. I did say in the chat, I was like, maybe a better solution would alter the ratio you would need to veto to make it harder. Like, because I think how we do it now is 2 people trade, so there's 10 votes. 6 people have to veto, right? If it's 5 to
Yeah.
5, the trade goes through. Maybe change it to where you need 7 people to
Yeah,
veto.
yeah. And again, my issue isn't with like.
And then I still got roasted for saying that.
I try to read the group chat, dude. I can't. I just
It just
don't.
moves too fast.
It's not even that. It's just like it's the same things being said over and over and over and over again from whoever talks. I just can't. I'm like,
Yeah. It is
okay,
bad.
sometimes it's funny because like randoms will pop in that usually don't say anything. I thought about the comments. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna get involved in this. But I mean, I don't understand why it has. Whatever. This isn't our fantasy league discussion time. But
I'm
like,
sure people can relate.
Yeah.
I guess is why we're talking about it. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was 6-6, and then somebody changed their vote to
What do you change it
to abolish vetoes.
abolish vetoes?
Yeah, Dalton changed his vote, and then everyone's like, he can't change his vote. And I was like, why not? And then Jack changed his vote today to back to a tie, because I said we can leave it open for like a week
No.
to talk about.
I
And
don't know. The fact that the group, and it's always interesting to me how the group splits. It's always the people that I can't see in person, typically, that are on the opposite side of my.
it's just
my
always
takes.
Ryan bitches,
But no, I'm saying like the votes were literally like split. It's like outside of you,
it was
but
like you and Evan,
me, Evan,
Jacob.
Ryan, Steve, all voted for like the same thing. It's like people that I regularly see, and then the people I don't know that take it more seriously, obviously, voted against, except for you. Well, I do know all of them, but
Yeah, so it's always interesting, especially being the commissioner, because yeah, Steve's acting like I have a hidden agenda. I'm like, it's all public information. I don't
Yeah.
know. They're acting like they want to see my text messages with people. Like, I don't care that much. I know Steve probably cares a lot to text people, but like, I promise, I'm the commissioner because no one else would do it.
yeah, you don't want me doing it. I'll do it. Just nothing happens. We don't no adjustments. There's no spreadsheets
Commissioner
being filled out.
It's not fun.
There's no Google Docs getting updated with, there's nothing. Also, honestly, dude, switching to sleeper.
Yeah, I
can't.
I didn't bitch about it. I mean, obviously, I wanted NFL, but if I could have acted like how they are now, I could have changed. We could have voted again this year. But I don't care that much. It's just voting about everything is stupid, in my opinion, too.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. Yeah, in terms of our league, I think the only thing that, okay, I'll save it. Why not? The only thing I would like is like winners. There's no like, I guess, but outside of money, there's no prize for the winners. That to me would swap out like like the veto thing, the voting, to me is like I said, it's like the fun little thing that you get to like interact. You know, you can stir something up. We need like punishments or rule changes for the winners. I don't know.
Yeah, that was discussed before. Winner gets a rule change.
But also at that point, then it just becomes chaos, and then we have a
Yeah,
stupid league. So like
yeah,
I
and then
understand why it wouldn't work, but
that's
like,
why I don't like voting unless it's like a serious league issue.
mhm.
That's why I like the vetoes because people don't even veto on the trade. Basically, how I feel. We had a guy leave, and he traded his picks. So that's why I want to vote to see, like, all right, if you trade your picks, you have to pay in advance for at least a portion of next year. Because that would
Those
keep
would
you
keep you in.
in the league. Because or it would be if you do leave, it would be easier to fill a slot of a guy who has less picks. Because I'm like, hey, you only have to pay half
Yeah,
the funds.
You're not as mad because your team's cooked off
Yeah.
rip. I get that.
So that's like
not-
the big issues I saw from last year. I think the previous year, the only rule change we voted on was just going to sleeper. So it's not like we change the rules every year.
No. My only thing, I mean, we changed. Obviously,
Well, there's the
I think we positioned-
season one, but that was just like a sleeper error.
the position change. I think we switched to, and
The super flex a couple
Yeah.
years ago.
but that's I don't know.
But yeah,
There's
the
just- also
good
it's
and
like,
the bad
dude,
of fantasy.
It's not real life. Like at some point, it's just that we're playing a game. I pay every year to play Madden essentially, but with my friends every
Yeah.
week. Like it's literally almost the same price as buying a video game, just like playing with your friends. So like to me, it's not that deep. Like I would never. But that's just me.
Like
and
it's
just,
fun to
how
win.
my
Don't get me
brain-
wrong, but
You can argue that I don't care, but I do care because sometimes I do try, and I'm like, okay, cool, and then I think one year I got fucked because like two players that were like supposed to be good. Like I think it was like, it might have been last year. There was like 3 weeks somebody was popping, and I was like winning, and then they got hurt and they were out for like 8 weeks, and I was like, all right, cool.
It's a luck
You
game.
lose by 10 points every week. Like, what am I doing? But yeah, no.
I can't wait for the draft if it happens though. It's always fun. Drafting's like the fun part.
Dude,
Yeah.
somebody asked me to join a league and they're trying to draft today. And I was just like, dude, no, I'm not playing. Like,
Yeah, you
we're
gotta
doing a
draft
month
after
out.
preseason's over.
You gotta do it as close as you can.
Because I remember we did a league. This was years before this bulk scholar stuff. I think we did a league like that, and we drafted like week 2 preseason back when there was 4 weeks, and like Jordy Nelson tore his ACL like the next day, and I was like, all right, we'll start the league over because he was like a second round pick or something.
It's fun, it's fun to draft. It's like it kind of gets the momentum going, but then you realize there's also a full month of just
I think
bad
people
news.
get too eager. Yeah.
Yeah, like I want to do it. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, why not? Like if this league's gonna be stupid, like I'll participate in stupidity, but I still gotta pay money for it. Might back out of that league, by the way. Like too many leagues, but
Yeah, I think 3 leagues is the sweet spot. 3 or 4. 4 is tough, but 3 like it allows you to do different strategies, get different players.
what messes me up is I end up like subconsciously drafting the same people.
Yeah,
It's like because like,
you
it'll
have
be
your
like
guys.
the first 3, like when you open the teams, I'm like I don't know what team I'm looking at because 3 of the top 3 players on the roster, it's a quarterback, running back, second running back, or receiver. Like they're all the same. I'm like, all right, or just like slightly different. There's like 2 guys that are the same, and it always one of those leagues I just don't pay attention to. I
Well, I mean,
just
yeah,
don't
that's
even open it so it doesn't mess with my.
When your team is not as good, it's harder to pay attention. That's why I like our league because you can trade picks and stuff like that. Focus on next year.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't trade picks. I don't. Because to me, the draft is so random to where like I don't value any position as much. Maybe the first 2 rounds, but like anything beyond is like the way I look with how our keeper system works. Like I look forward to trying to find like a sleeper, more or less. That's all I really look forward to after the first 2. I'm just kind of like, like fill in the best possible player I can find.
High upside.
But like I'm not gonna be like, I'll trade you my 7th round pick, which is probably gonna be a random person because there's 12 people in this league. So it's like already a million people have
And
been.
our league's pretty sharp. Like, there's not a lot. You like to get your sleepers, you have to reach a lot of the time, and then
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
saying.
then your
So,
reaches, you reach, and it's like, oh, it's not that good of a pick because I had to reach for it, and then they don't work out.
so I'm saying like I just don't really put much, because you also never know. You never know that Bucky Irving. I didn't have him, but never know Bucky Irving's gonna drop off after week 9. You know,
Yeah, just mystery injury,
just
or like I don't know, like
Igbuka
CMC.
dropped
Everyone
off.
thought CMC's Achilles tendons were done, and then he plays the whole year. He's the running back one.
Yeah,
Like you never really know. That's why it's fun.
it is fun. But that's where I like. To me, it's just like I don't know. I don't understand like any debate. I don't believe hard enough in any principle in fantasy football, besides not having. Do we have kickers in ours? Besides not having kickers, I couldn't remember which
Yeah.
league I like the most. I hate kickers.
Your kickers are dumb.
Just
Even
rotate
defenses are dumb, but I like having defenses still.
You can kind of figure out what defense looks good. Like you can kind of manipulate it.
Matchups.
There's enough matchups. You can also like, I don't know, some players go down. It's not the whole thing, you know.
Yeah. But it wouldn't be as fun if you didn't have a defense, I feel like.
Especially because it's special teams too.
Yeah. And then
Are
it's
we
like,
keeping that like special teams player?
I don't think so.
That's
That's
gone?
we changed that. Yeah, if you like
I think
Parker
that was
Washington returns a punt, he shouldn't get.
Oh
a
yeah, and the
touchdown.
argument was that like you would have drafted different, and I like did the math and like one punt this year has been returned for a touchdown.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's what Ryan said. That
three third string receivers returned kickoff for a
it was
touchdown.
just Parker Washington. I think Rashid Shaheed too, but no one had.
Yeah, no, you're not
Rashid
drafting
Shaheed.
differently because you're hoping the kick returner, who is typically second or third string receiver,
Yeah,
is just like
that only happened because Ryan lost because of it, and so he made a big deal about it. But we voted on it, and they voted to change. I was fine either. I voted not to change. I didn't get my way. It's whatever.
I don't remember.
That's why
I think I got a win off of it.
that's
And
why
it
the
did
vote
nothing
happens.
for me.
It only like screwed over like Evan and Narvin. I think. Yeah, 'cause you got to win over Evan because of it.
Not that it would have mattered. I
It
think
is-
some
it
of
is
the
funny,
worst
though.
teams. Yeah, but
But yeah, put in the comments. You know your
fun rule changes,
fantasy
maybe.
league craziness. I'm sure everyone's got people in their league like ours, which people love chatting, love
It's
talking.
fun. It's fun. That's the fun part. But it's like, dude, like there's only so many hills you can die on. There's only so many.
Only so many times you can like put your phone down and see 400 messages and like, oh god.
Until you get an ulcer, and then and then it becomes real. Your fantasy football game becomes real because you're stressing about probably five other group chats, beefing with 5 different fantasy rule changes.
Never be your league's commissioner. That's why
We got-
football. Not there yet. I'm getting there. Our draft is the 30th, so we got 3 weeks.
Yeah.
UFC. We haven't talked about it since Connor fought, if you can call it that.
Dude, now I'm kind of thinking we might have.
I don't
No,
think
yeah, I think we did
I
because
think
we
we
did.
talked about the pre.
We did 329 twice.
I think we talked about the leading up to it, but we didn't talk about post.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But that was disappointing. He just got surgery. I think he's officially had surgery. He announced that he's going to be his last fight's 2027,
Yeah.
which is the last
I
contract year.
imagine they would do a rematch.
Yeah. He's a partial tear, I think, of the ACL and like meniscus issues or LCL or something. Like it wasn't like completely cooked because
It was-
he posted videos of him doing like leg extensions.
Yeah, I saw it. People
Which
are
is-
saying that because now there's the huge conspiracy, is like the big deal. Was he injured before, and they knew about it? They just couldn't,
You can't back that out.
back out because it was such a big event,
Yeah.
or was it just a freak accident because he's an old man? Because like people are saying like there's no way you should be able to do leg extensions after whatever surgery.
Yeah. But also people are saying that it's like the mat was wet.
There was like hella smoke and shit. I saw Connor saying, "I'm gonna get this in no contest because that's not gonna happen."
No. I mean, also, it doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like, at this point in his career, you're really battling. You're not undefeated. I get undefeated status. You're like, okay, I gotta, like John Jones, fighting his controversies. You know.
Yeah, and I don't know. Do you buy into any of that? I know that's been like not really more anymore,
I don't
but
really care.
after the week.
I think I don't see. The thing
Because there
is
was a lot of money betting money on the line. You know, it was a big event for UFC. I forget where it was, probably in Vegas.
that is like how you take a dive honorably, just like eat an injury instead of pulling out. You know, just knowing. But at the same time, they showed him warming up doing the exact same kicks, like
Yeah.
literally the exact same kicks. I think it's just age and like you do something enough times, eventually like
It's like
Li-
Pantoja. I
little
mean,
little
Pantoja just stepped back
yeah
wrong and it was over. Or
yeah
he fell wrong.
yeah. He probably's dumped fallen on his back like a million times. Just happened to break his arm or
Yeah.
dislocate his elbow or whatever. He's coming back.
Yeah.
That's
But
exciting.
yeah, I didn't.
Oh my
It's
god.
hard for me to believe it was rigged just because he's had the huge layoff too. And he's old, 38. Just seems like
The
it was a
cool part
perfect
is,
storm.
I mean, the fact that it got labeled a TKO.
That's just how they do it, I guess.
I know,
Medical stoppage.
But like, I think the betting on that was kind of crazy because nobody like first round TKO
For
for
Max.
Max was pretty fruitful. I think.
I feel like everyone thought it was going to go to, a few rounds, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt like Max was going to TKO him either way.
And then they have like gone in 15 seconds, gone in 30 seconds bets. Somebody put a lot of money on that, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that deep. I think it's just old guy, not an old guy, but just
Yeah, kind of
just things happen.
going over the rest of the card. You saw Loner Kavanaugh lost to Royval. Royval, he's always a good flyweight. He's always been around. But Loner, he had a lot of hype after the UFC win he had over Moreno in Mexico.
Mhm.
Kind of put a little damper on it, but I'm sure he'll be back. He looked fine. It was just he's just young, I guess.
We'll see what
He
happens.
kind of got fucked up, to be honest. But
It'd be like that.
Raval's like a vet. He's fought for titles, so it was a good test. Sometimes you're just not there. I think just recently we've seen guys just rise, meteoric rises. So everyone thought the same thing was going to happen, and sometimes it's not as linear. Like kind of what we saw with Patty, where he lost to Gaethje, and then now he comes out, 50-second, not even 10-second, or how fast was it? It was hella fast. Like it was within a minute. Benoit Saint Denis just tried to bull rush him and got him with the choke.
Yeah,
And it was a nasty. I don't even think
it's
there wasn't even a word for it. It was like a cross between a Darsh choke and
there is, I think, a specific. It's
a
like,
Peruvian necktie.
yeah, it's like just crab.
But he had he had the choke, but his whole lower body was on top of Benoit Saint, and
Dude,
it just looks. So
that's why
bad.
I don't think he was
He
gonna.
didn't even tap. He just got knocked.
Oh, was it? I thought he tapped. When I watched it, I was like, oh, he's maybe this is the way he had him. Like he was holding him. I thought it was just
blood chokes.
he was
are
still
like,
trying to.
I think blood chokes. You're like, oh, I can still breathe, and then the lights just go out.
Don't breathe. Well, you just
There's no blood to your brain.
It's pretty cool.
And
no, that
now-
was sick because he was like, he does it every time. So we practiced going straight to the guillotine.
That's the only
and then he
bad
got
part
tight,
about it.
But just how tight
It was
and just
bad.
and then get the legs going, dude. Once the guillotine gets the legs going, it's like, you're cooked.
That's the only bad part about Benoit Saint Denis' game. He's a fighter. He'll fucking survive hits, but he's just reckless. And I didn't think Patty would be the guy because Patty's kind of reckless too. But he's calculated.
I think everybody underestimates Patty's wrestling. Then again, I mean, like his wrestling. What he put MVP in a crucifix, I think, off rip, or maybe it was like an armbar. I can't remember what it was, but that was the whole fight. He was like, nah, he's not gonna do shit, and then he did it. But it's like a guy. Like, what do you expect MVP to do?
Yeah, it seemed like a cool passing of the torch because there is not a UFC guy like Conor right now in terms of the shit talk, just like the aura.
Yeah.
But when Patty did his walkout, the heads will roll, and he was doing the fucking stupid dance.
He has the thing.
And then everyone was singing, everyone was doing the dance. He choked him out, and he sings "Heads Will Roll" into the camera after he chokes him out. That's pretty fucking
He's got
sick.
crazy awareness. Like that's like insane. That's how you build that.
He's like
that
the most
situation.
marketable guy right now, and I think it was cool that it happened on a Connor card because that was like Connor's thing,
Yeah.
and they're both. I mean,
Well, he always wanted to be on the same card as Connor too. That was like something he said. It's just disappointing. That's how it ended. But outside of like Patty, I follow him on Instagram. Like family guy, super hard on family. Trains all the time. Like his face gets fat, and that's what all the memes are.
yeah.
But he's always stays like big.
So
And then he just cuts real hard.
So we got So they listed. It was supposed to be Charles versus Armand for UFC 331. They just announced the card, but Charles's teammate died, so he pulled out, and they gave it to Rufy versus Armand. And we were talking yesterday. It's like Rufy versus Armand seems to be like a number one contender type, or versus Charles it would have been. Rufy to a lesser extent, but
Yeah.
it seems like that was supposed to be the number one contender fight, given that Ilya is going to be out for a while. But now Patty versus Benoit Saint-Denis, that was almost similar, like, ranking contender fight. Now Justin doesn't know if he's going to fight this year. It's like that division is so stacked. We'll just kind of read the rankings. Obviously, Justin's the champ. Ilya, Armand, Charles, Max, Patty, Gamrot, Moicano, Benoit Saint-Denis, Sal Kid, Rufy.
The dream would have been set up Patty Armand, Patty for the title. I think that's like the direction they probably would go. Is the reason why like they're not Gaethje's not rushing back, which I think is dumb on his part. But he did probably take it. I mean, he took damage too. It's not fun to get hit in the head every single time you fight. But like Patty Armand, like Patty wait for Ilya kind of thing should be. I don't know. I forgot what I told you, but like I was like Patty has to get.
He has to get something.
Yeah.
He called out Ilya before.
He's called out Armand and Ilya. He calls Armand like the little posh boy, and then Ilya.
So it's like so UFC, the lightweight division is just too stacked for them right now. Like I don't understand where they go in terms of setting up a title fight because if Armand destroys Rufy, he's been in line.
He's
for
just
a
gonna
title.
be number 2 still.
Yeah,
right?
he's been
stays
in
number
line
2
forever.
Yeah.
For a
but I mean,
title
due to
shot.
inactivity and everything, maybe it wasn't intentional. I can't remember what his deal is. He just like didn't.
I think he was supposed to sign a fight, but he didn't. Or like they offered him.
He's
a
backed
fight.
out at like 2 or something. Like
His last fight was Dan Hooker. I mean, that wasn't that long ago. It was a year and some change. I think it was a summer last year. Let me see.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you have money already. You don't really have hunger, and the way he fights, it doesn't really get that
it's
damage.
November 25. Not even a year. So it's like he hasn't. It's not like he hasn't been
Maybe
fighting.
it's just not a memorable fight.
No, yeah, he destroyed Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
But he beat Oliveira the fight before that. That's why it was going to be a cool rematch. It's just they have too many good fighters in this division. We get Gamrot versus Sal Kid tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Not for like a contender fight, but
Fight night.
Gamrot is 6 and Sal Kid's 9. Like that's a good.
That's something. That's a jump.
Right. And so like, what do you do? Do you do Gamrot versus Patty if Gamrot wins? I don't know. Gamrot's not that good to me.
And it's not enough. It's not a big enough name for Patty. Now Patty has solidified himself.
And
yes,
then,
he lost to Justin, but like.
So yeah, if
you would
Armand
want,
wins,
in
do you go Armand Ilya or do you Patty? Is Patty skip?
Armand? Dude, you go Armand Ilya,
but
then you go Patty Skip and get a rematch Justin, because there you go. That's like should be the setup.
Armand and Ilya, the winner should be the title fight if they fight.
Either one of those gets to fight Patty. If you think about it in theory, like if it works out the way it should, that would be perfect. Because then
but
you
if
just
I'm
do those
Ilya
two and then
or
go.
Armand, and if Ilya and Armand fight,
and Armand and Ilya would work out decently.
1 versus 2.
It would be decent for like the matchup is good enough for both of them. Like where it's not.
Sure, I'm not saying that, but if it's Armand versus Ilya, the winner, why would the winner punch down to the number 5 contender in Patty? If you win,
because the UFC does, it's money. It's money.
There's no reason I would not. Hey, I deserve to fight for the title. I just beat the number 1 or 2 contender.
But enough guys do that already. I mean, I don't know.
That's kind of like my thinking. Is like because these fighters. I mean, it's hard to fight. they're not fighting just because they want the money, they want the recognition,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
want the title.
So I mean, in theory, like what did I say about the money fights? Like the money fight would be like just name recognition or recognizability, whatever the word is. Um, Patty carries that. Ilya's
You
probably
said
not
you
gonna.
do Charles and Justin.
I would do Charles. Well, yeah, that's what it should be. Maybe that's what happens if he takes time off. But if Justin's not fighting this year, like I really don't care. I'm done with Justin. I think it's gonna be too much time.
He's old too.
Yeah.
Like
So,
this was not supposed to happen.
This is one of those. Yeah. This is one of those things that like
He'll be 38 in November.
he'll be.
That's Connor's age.
If he loses, I think he retires. If he
Well,
loses,
he was gonna retire, or he's deciding right now if he's gonna retire or not. Still,
that'd be interesting if he retires.
I think if he retires, that's the best case for the UFC.
Yeah, you give it, the bell goes to Ilya, or
Or
you,
they would
you have
do
the
an
interim
interim,
fight, yeah.
and then Patty fights whoever wins.
Yeah,
the-
that would be the best one. That's the best way without.
Justin fucked
damaging.
everything up,
Yeah,
which is not like it's
but
cool.
he fucking dominated, which was
Yeah,
impressive.
it's
So who
cool.
knows how much he's got in the tank? I don't know, but in the end, I think it's gonna. That is like probably the best outcome for him.
For the UFC,
His
yeah.
family members probably
His
too.
mom wants him to retire. That's
Yeah,
like why
good,
he's
dude.
considering it.
Probably the most CTE brain besides Max Holloway, easily. Just
Yeah.
from how hard he takes the hits too.
So it's we were discussing that yesterday, and it seems like a decent issue. I mean, I feel like that's a good issue to have, having a lot of good fighters.
Yeah. We made it full circle where there was like nothing, inactivity, bullshit, and then now it's like everybody wants like something. There's enough like moving up in the rankings. Everybody's kind of performing pretty well.
Yeah, we'll kind of keep going with the cards. We had the fight night with DDP and Usman right after the Conor fight, which was an interesting. I'm trying to pull up the card. I had it.
I didn't watch any part of it except for the main event. So I'll just.
It was a good card if I can pull it up. Oh, here we go. I was working, so I was kind of half watching. You got to see Chase Hooper. He did the I don't know if you saw this. He's like, no gooning. Don't stop gooning.
Yeah.
That was pretty goofy. Tommy McMillan, he's like Dana White's wonder kid right now. He won again. Christian Leroy Duncan, he's a pretty up-and-coming British fighter. He destroyed Jared Cannon. I never know how to say his name. Cannonier, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just Cannonier.
And then DDP and Usman went the distance. I had a parlay. It would have been perfect, but I said it wouldn't go the distance for DDP and Usman.
It shouldn't have.
DDP wobbled him so many times.
And I think it was a mixture of getting hit really hard, and also Usman doesn't have knees anymore, so that's a lot of he just couldn't stand up.
Like,
if you looked at his knees, like on some of the stumbles, like his hands would still be up, he wouldn't be like fading away on some of them, but his knees would just buckle.
They would touch
every
each
time.
other.
Just like boop, boop. And everybody knows he doesn't have knees.
Yeah, it was like the first round. I don't even know if Usman threw a punch or a takedown.
He didn't throw a takedown. I bet on him throwing a takedown.
He was 0 for 7 on takedowns. So Usman, he didn't really try until the 4th or 5th round.
He did lock in the fifth
round.
He
almost
locked in,
knocked him out.
If it was a 10-round fight, dude, I think Usman might have just actually.
I think DDP. We saw that in the fight against Khamzat. He has like a conditioning problem for how, I don't know. Maybe he's just too big, too bulky, but he always kind of falters.
He falters, but not as much as like having, like you said, problem. I think he just becomes a little bit more cautious, like he just kind of he backs up. He just backs up. That's all it is. He just backs up. He doesn't really, because he throws really heavy. He puts his whole body into it. It's kind of like he's just going for the kill shot every time, but he's got multiple weapons.
And then we saw Usman was shocked that it was a unanimous decision.
That's
even
crazy. I mean, that's what happens.
Even Joe Rogan was like roasting, like, you got your ass beat.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Then we had the Ankalaev Guskov fight night in, I forget where it was, some Uzbekistan or something.
Yeah, I think it was Uzbekistan.
Ankalaev just destroyed Guskov.
I didn't watch any of those. Those were like noon.
Yeah, it was at noon. Ursig lost to a like kind of random guy. He was really short. He was like almost half the height of Ursig. I guess he knocked him out in the first round. That's what ruined my parlay. It was a pretty boring card, not gonna lie. And then last weekend was the Medic versus Rodriguez card. Saw Navajo Sterling knock out Blachowicz.
Is
And
that Aljamain Sterling's brother? Or did I just
no,
make that up? Somebody has a brother in the UFC.
I don't think so.
Besides
But
Khabib
Navajo
or
Sterling
somebody
is
else.
like now he's undefeated. He knocked out a former champ, so he's like on his rise. That was probably the most exciting part of that card was the Navajo Sterling angle. And then tomorrow we got Gamrot versus Sal Killed fight night. Then next week we get
Yeah.
Islam.
I was gonna say we got real fights next week.
It sucks because it's Islam versus Ian Machado Gary, but the card fucking sucks.
All right, let's go down the line. What's the co-main? Actually, go from the bottom.
Going from so there's no ranked fighters besides the main and the co-main event.
Good stuff.
You got Neil Magny versus Razmaz Brahimaj.
All right.
Neil Magny's 13 and 15 or 30 and 15. Like
All right, so that's a tune-up fight for the other guy.
Vicente Luque versus Tracion Gore, 24 and 12 versus 7 and 4. Like
That's nothing fight.
Dante Johnson versus Eric McConaughey. Like, I guess Dante Johnson is undefeated, but he's just nobody. Edson Barboza versus Esteban Ribovics. Ribovics is like the best non-co-main fighter, but Edson Barboza is 24 and 14. Ribovics 15 and 3. Like,
It's not really anything.
Edson Barboza is 40.
No.
And then the co-main, Mackenzie Dern versus Jillian Robertson. I'm sorry, I'm not hyped for that.
Yeah.
It's
That's crazy. They burned the White House, and then the Connor card just burned all the good matchups.
and then you have Islam versus Ian Machado Jerry. It will be a good, interesting matchup considering the height and reach advantage for Ian Machado Gary, and he's not like a bad grappler. At least
No, he's a better. I think he might be a better striker than Islam. Islam just hits hard, and is very good because of the wrestling aspect. But like, if you get a guy that can defend and strike decently, because he's like Connor, he has a karate background and everything, so he knows how to keep distance. His strikes are long.
it is the year of the upset. With Khamzat going down and Ilya going down.
What's the odds on that?
Oh, I'll look it up. It has to be crazy. But yeah, it's hard for me to believe that Islam is going to be the next guy to lose. I don't know.
He should be the greatest. Everyone keeps saying he's the greatest. Like, just
I think at the end of the day, he will be. He has to fight Ilya, in my opinion, to kind of solidify that. Or at least I thought that. Now,
yeah, I was gonna say Ilya's stock dropped like 25% on how much he can take.
Yeah,
You got a straight up striker just killing you.
Islam is minus 390.
Gee, yeah, dude. Whenever it's a 390, bro. I mean, we're like,
I mean, Ilya was
with how
minus 500.
unwatchable the rest of the card is, I wouldn't expect them not to just cash in on that. Just give the underdog the dub.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Islam is not as goofy as Khamzat. Khamzat's a kind of goofy guy.
Yeah.
Ilya is a goofy guy.
And Khamzat could have probably won.
So I feel like Islam is just always locked in.
It's demon time.
But it will be a good, at least thus far, a best test to see, what is there somebody that can fight against him?
Yeah, true.
They've always given him.
And Gary should be the next. That would be like the next, another Patty Connor kind of guy. Except he just sucks at talking.
Yeah,
But just the
the
entertainment
vegan
value wise,
stuff.
it's still good. The fights are gonna be good.
Why is yours yellow?
It's probably about to die.
Anthony Hernandez versus Gregory Rodriguez. Gregory Rodriguez is the humongous fighter. I don't know if that is jogging your memory or anything, but for some reason I feel like whenever he fights, he's 6'3", and they always give him someone that's 5'8", so he looks like a fucking giant. And then Fluffy Hernandez.
Let me just double check it because they didn't click stop recording.
And then after that, Umar Nurmagomedov versus Song Yadong. That'd be a decent one. They gave Dan Hooker a fight finally in France fight night versus Parnasse. Brandon Moreno's fighting Joseph Morales. It's kind of another Moreno versus Kavanaugh, like Moreno versus a younger up-and-coming guy.
It's kind of annoying they're using him for that, but that is what
That's
it is.
what happens when you're a former champ and you can't get back.
He also draws enough, and I think still he's like a very likable fighter. So like,
He's Mexicans love him. Like he's like the pride and joy of Mexico. First Mexican
first Mexican flyweight champ.
Yeah,
featherweight or whatever the fuck he fights.
I think Cain Velasquez was the first Mexican like heavyweight, and then Joaquin Buckley versus Mike Mallet. That'll be an interesting one. Mike Mallet's been pretty good lately. And then yesterday they announced 331. Pretty good card considering 330, like we just mentioned. That card kind of sucks besides Islam and Ian Machado Gary. So 331 from the bottom. You get Chito Vera versus Charles Jourdain. Chito Vera.
I'll watch Chito.
Yeah, I mean, love him or hate him, his fights are always kind of interesting. He always like loses the first 2 rounds and like thinks he's winning and then has to go all out. The coach has to tell him, like, no, bro, you're losing.
He's still entertaining. It's just the weight class. He is like, if he was just a little bit bigger, it'd be very fun to watch him just like.
Gable Stevenson versus Sean Sharaff. Gable Stevenson destroyed this dude, the guy in his last fight. So I think he's like still like minus 800 for this one too. I think they want him to be good, so they're giving him like these layups to start out his career. Because I mean, he was a D1 national wrestler champion. It's a pretty good foundation for UFC.
I guess they always say that wrestling is important. He's also just massive. Yeah,
and then you got Alonzo Manyfield versus Iwo Barnevsky. Kind of whatever, but
I was gonna say no comment.
But then you get after that Renato Moicano versus Brian Ortega at lightweight.
That'll be fun.
I like Moicano. Ortega's taken a downturn in his career since his title fight, but all you need is one good win and you could be back. I think he's changing divisions. What is FTW?
Featherweight.
But he's not featherweight.
Wait, number 11 featherweight. So that means he went up.
But featherweight is not under lightweight, is it? Let me double check.
Featherweight is. Wait, yeah, it's featherweight.
Yeah,
lower than featherweight.
Yeah, it is.
So
it is featherweight. He went up.
Lightweight is that's like Connor and them, because Connor got featherweight and
Connor went up to welterweight for middleweight or something.
Whatever, but I can't
remember
any of these.
Brian Ortega's moving up because he's done with featherweight division. He's been getting destroyed lately. But Moicano, that'd be an interesting test. You get Patricio Pitbull versus Do Hoo Choi. I don't know. Pitbull's kind of like Chito Vera. Where
it's just gonna be fun. It's gonna be stand up.
Yeah,
go
just banging, stand and bang. Then, like we mentioned, you get Arman versus Mauricio Rufy. I do not expect Rufy to win that. I like Rufy a lot. It's just a matchup nightmare.
I feel like I've never watched an Arman fight, just because I don't know why, but it's just like we need a refresher into the whole beef. Like I remember him fighting, but I'm saying like there's nothing sticks out to me. Like I need something. Like I want to watch his fights. It's kind of like any of those like wrestling guys, like Usman. I never watched any Usman fights because it was just like, what are we doing? He's now striking, getting dropped and stuff. But before that, he was just cage hugger.
Yeah, Arman lost in RAF for the first time a couple weeks ago. He's always been like consistent with the RAF stuff. I don't know. He's a wrestler through and through.
Probably just it keeps him fresh.
Yeah, I feel like in a wrestler versus striker matchup, the wrestler always wins though.
Yeah.
And then we get rematch kinda Van versus Pantoja for the championship flyweight belt.
Yeah, that'll be good. We can actually see that.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a crazy matchup the first time, and then like we mentioned, Pantoja just hurt himself falling. And then so now it's like the debate. Van fans are like, well, Van made him fall. Weird. And I don't know.
What's gonna happen now is Van's gonna win, and they're gonna be like, yeah, but his arm was broken. So like, what do you? do?
Now
like,
it's gonna. If Van wins, it'll be like, well, now Pantoja's a year older. Like he's not in his prime anymore.
His bones are still trying to come back together. Or like, was it a broken arm or a dislocated elbow?
I guess something like that.
But regardless, I mean, like some kind of tissue is probably permanently damaged.
But if Pantoja wins, it does set up a sick trilogy.
Yeah.
So
it's best case scenario probably
on
for
that
Van.
fight.
It's like the biggest draws possible for Bam.
Dislocated left elbow.
Yeah, but like bad.
And hyperextended his arm too. But yeah, I'm excited for that one. That's an easy card to get up for, in my opinion. Even casual fans will watch that one, especially after the 3-3-0. I don't know how they fucked that card up.
It's gonna, it's gonna turn out to be like a TKO fest, which is gonna keep it interesting. But like, there's just no like casual fan is gonna enjoy that.
It is crazy though how
no
far we've
fanfare.
come, because there's a fight night, or there's a card every weekend now. So it's kind of just how serious you want to watch UFC. I know.
I gotta see.
I try, but I just work nighttime, so it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. I get home and they're already started, or they're like in the middle of the day. I'm just like, all right, well.
Our main card league is coming back pretty close. I think I'm like, let me see if I can pull it up. I'm like a couple points behind. So like how it started is like I was destroying Anton, and then Anton made a huge comeback, and then now we're tied. But I think I might have done an extra.
Yeah, you're a
event.
card ahead of me. There's one that you were supposed to do, or I was supposed to do, and I just didn't.
Yeah, so we'll probably
think.
if you want to do your pick predictions for, well, I
I'll
guess
do them tonight. Well, I'll do them.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna do a second up today. Honestly, my voice is starting to go.
Yeah, the Yamrot cards tomorrow, but yeah, it's still open if people want to join. See how they can.
Somebody else joins. Just like it's not that hard. We should have said it at the beginning. I might try to like do a clip. It's like join maincardmma.com.
We're gonna keep doing it.
We have the link. Yeah, we're gonna keep doing it. Just do it.
Yeah, if
I want to see if anybody else can make better picks than me, or if I'm just an idiot.
I think we both are around 60% accuracy.
Yeah.
Our double downs accuracy went down a lot recently, but I don't know. I feel like that's pretty good. UFC is not easy to predict.
Yeah, dude, people break their arms.
Yeah, it's just like always. There's a lot of opportunity for BS. I mean, all it takes is one punch, or one slip of the arm to the choke. That's why it's a cool sport.
Yeah, probably the most got us through all of spring, honestly.
Yeah,
that and the World Cup, but like
World Cup definitely helped too.
World Cup was only like a month. Everything from
February
to the
World Cup final.
I didn't watch it.
It was boring. Spain versus Argentina. Spain kind of dominated them. Argentina had like one shot the whole game in extra time.
Yeah, that's what everybody said. They would just squeeze them, so they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it was kind of an ass ending to an awesome tournament, but
I mean, we got the 5-7 third place, but I didn't watch that.
That was pretty sick.
I didn't watch that either.
England and France going, because I had a buddy where I was at work. England went up with 3-0, 4-0, and then everyone's like, bet on France, and it was like they're like plus 20,000 or something, and this guy said he was gonna do it. But he didn't, and it wouldn't just from a cash out perspective, it would have been a good investment. You don't have to put money. It's
they probably wouldn't let you cash from there. That's that's one of those bets. They probably were like, nah, you're not.
If you bet France that, and then I think at one point it was 4-3. The cash out had to be pretty crazy.
I think England stayed up the whole time.
No, they never tied it.
Oh, you're saying like close?
Yeah, but they brought it. I think eventually France did come back to like plus 100 or 200 something,
just to bait people, just people who missed out on the plus 20,000 being
exactly.
But obviously. But the thing is, Mbappe took the golden boot.
Yeah,
he took it from Messi. England let him not get it. But basically, just allowed,
Yeah,
which is what I wanted them to do, because of how. I
it
hated
was
watching
funny
it. Not
how
even
it was
Messi
like England's
necessarily.
backups too. They were just going ham, and it was all France's starters.
Yeah.
What happens? Shameless stat padding usually doesn't work. I mean, it worked, but they lost. But
yeah. All right. That's all I got. Honestly, I'm starting to run out of things to say. So my voice is like getting worse and worse as we're talking.
Yeah, I gotta get some food in me.
Let's we're back.
We'll get into some NFL predictions here in the next couple episodes.
Yeah, the rest of the year is probably going to be NFL heavy, no matter
Do some
what's
award
going on.
predictions again. Go through the divisions.
Yeah, we got to do legitimate futures. That's crazy. It hasn't been a year. There's no
It
way.
has to be.
A year? When's
Yeah.
the first ep
I
posted?
feel like. We did a lot of practice ones.
I'm trying to.
You know what I
remember.
mean?
Yeah.
That we didn't release.
I think we started in September. Yeah, we started week 1.
10 months ago.
Oh, we got 2 more months.
September 13th.
Obviously since posting,
So
but
it's been 11
we're getting
months.
close. We'll
September 13th is the birthday.
do September 13th. Yeah. All right.
Crazy to think about.
Yeah. Come a long way. Just get the subs up so we can maybe start making money off this, doing a little bit more. But thanks for watching. Comment, sub,
Join the main card.
everything. Just do something. Just do something. Somebody's been disliking the videos. So like I shouldn't say that. I'm just gonna delete. Yeah, we have dislikes. I'll show you the stats. One of the videos that has like 2 dislikes.
What do we say?
How much time do you have?
It's
one of the bigger
It was
ones.
a hot take, and they did not agree.
Yeah.
If you hot take,
I wouldn't be surprised if it's just like Evan. But all right. Bye.
Yeah, at least Otis wasn't there.